Now, you may be wondering, here, one second, let me crop this real quick. Now, you may be wondering, why in the world would you make a tier list? Good question. That is because I need content, and two, because all the tier lists I see are for high elo. They are for people who are in diamond and above, basically. But what about me? What about the hard stuck silvers? I want to make a tier list for them. If you get mad at any of these, tell me. Like, I'm willing to be swayed. I'm not someone who's like, if I say something that's like outrageous, tell me. But I'll try and explain my thinking behind every single one. But yeah, I think let's just start. This is in no particular order at all, it seems. Let's just start with tanks. I think that's safe. First thing I see is Thing. Where'd he go? Thing. I think Thing is solid A. I think he's very solid in low ranks. I think he's very easy to understand. I don't want to say low skill, but I think the skill requirement to play Thing is not as high as like Groot, where you need to like know wall placement and know all that. I think Thing in low elo, very simple to understand. Good against dive. He's able to slow people down. He's able to dish out a lot of damage. He's just a very solid character, even in low elo. Not too much to say. Second person I see, Emma Frost. She's in between here for me. Because not a ton of people use her correctly. But sometimes there is someone who does and is able to just absolutely dominate. But I think for an average, I think I'm going to put her above Thing. I don't think she's quite an S. I think if you're able to play her at a high level, she can dominate. She can counter Wolverine, which is the main tank counter. She's a dive counter. She can do everything. She just doesn't have range. That's her biggest weakness. Is the only thing that has range is her ult. But she's just able to do so much. But just not everyone's able to utilize her to her full capability. Like, people will forget that she has a diamond form that's able to counter Wolverine and try and laser him through it. I know, I have. But, again, I think once you learn her, she's very easily S. Next up, Hulk. I'm going to put him right below Thing. All the tanks are going in A. Hulk, very simple tank to learn. You jump in, you hit a couple things, you jump out. Very simple moveset, especially with the Gamma team up with Namor. I think he's just, especially because in low ranks, you see so many people wanting to be Spider-Man or some dive character. This dude is just so good. And it's mainly because of the team up. I don't think he's quite S just because he's just not able to do as much. Like, putting a brawler in S doesn't feel great. Honestly, if it was anyone, I would probably put Thing, just because he has the anti-move capabilities. But I just don't think that either of these guys are able to do what I'm going to say the people in S can do. And speaking of Groot can... Low elo Groots suck. I'm going to put him here. S. I'm going to put him low S, actually. He's not the best tank in low elo. I know in high elo, he can dominate lobbies. But in low elo, there's so many times where he'll throw up a wall, blocking the team from him. There's so many times where he'll try and do some like tech to get around a corner and launch the team into the void. Like, there's just so much that can go wrong with a low elo Groot. Honestly, the more I talk, I think I got to move him down. I think he's easier to understand than Emma, so I'm going to move him up one. But just like, there's not too much you can do. I think, obviously, high elo Groots, dominant. Like, they are just able to do so much. But I just don't think that anyone in low elo is really able to play at a high enough level where that becomes something that they care about. I might move him around a little bit later. Mag. I think Mag is honestly the easiest tank to understand in the game. I think Mag is very easy to understand. There's very little mechanics, so you don't need to like learn how to place Groot walls behind someone, hit them. Like, you don't need to learn any of that. You just need to know, okay, you need to have aim, you need to know when to throw up your shield, and you need to know when to throw your shield up on someone else. That's really it. And if you keep the Mag healed, he's able to do. I think Mag is an easy S, just because he's easy to play, and he's able to get a lot of value. Penny freaking sucks. I know she just got buffed. I know there's a lot of Penny mains who are going to be like, oh, this dude's super great. This is low elo. Low elo Pennies, there's a couple of them who are able to do good. But if a single person shoots the Penny Mind Sprayer, the Mind Sprinkler, she just doesn't bring much value. Generally, their placement of the Penny Mines are horrible. So they're like wide out in the open. Like she just doesn't bring much value other than being able to soak up damage, which everyone else does better than her. Thor, I'm going to put one above. Thor doesn't have enough HP to really make him a tank in low elo. A lot of people treat Thor almost like they treat Hulk. But Thor can't disengage as good as Hulk or Thing can disengage. So I'll see people like fly over my head as Thor and drop into the enemy team and then just get obliterated because they don't have any way of defending themselves. They don't have the bubble. They don't have the leap across the map. Like, and low elo, people just don't understand how to play Thor. Venom. Here's the issue with Venom. In low elo, no one hits their shots. The little boom, 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 boom. I think I've actually been hit like twice by a Venom in low elo. He's able to apply some pressure with his dive. More than anything, he's just an annoyance. Like, he's not someone who you actually go like, oh no! Unless there's like a good Venom. But most Venoms in low elo are just kind of like, oh yeah, there's Jeffrey. He's chill. He's there. They don't bring much value to the team. Unless they have the Spider-Man team up, then they're a little tankier, but I just don't think, especially with the Gamma team up being as good as it is, with no bans, like, Venom just gets deleted. Not too much to say. I think, obviously, a good Venom, good Groot. Every single person, if they were good, could be S. But I'm saying, from what I've seen, this is about, I might even honestly move Venom down one. No, I'm not. I think Venom brings more value to a team than Thor does currently. Even if they do miss all their shots, just being a punching bag in the back line, being able to press their E and then leave brings more value than just feeding. And then two more. Cap. There's some caps in low elo who are great. Who are phenomenal. Most of them jump off the map. I'm not even joking. Like, he's just kind of there. Like, if you need someone to touch point and just have health, Cap's your guy. But in low elo, no one knows that animation cancel combo where you actually are able to do damage with Cap. Everyone just kind of dogs on you. He just doesn't bring enough value. Whereas I think Venom in low elo brings more value because he's a little bit easier to understand and he has better survivability. And then Strange. I think Strange is... I know Strange got hit by so many nerfs that I'm actually running out of fingers to count them on. But I don't think he's as bad as Thor. And with the team... Scarlet Witch is rolling in low elo. So I think I'm actually going to throw him in B because he has the team up with Scarlet Witch that's currently just kind of rolling the game. If he's alone, he's down. He's probably right here. But he's just not able to bring. He's not able to bring as much value as Venom, but I think he's able to bring more value than these two who just kind of constantly feed. Still, he's not very good. I would much rather have an Emma. I would much rather have a Groot. I would much rather see a Mag. So we'll do supports. Mantis. I think Mantis is a very... The thing with low elo Mantises is they always try to play DPS Mantis and they never actually buff you. They'll heal you, maybe, but they'll always keep a buff on themselves for some reason. But they're low elo, so they miss every shot. I'm not going to mix these up, so I'm going to keep like all these, and then supports and duelists will be like different levels. So imagine there's like a little blocker in between these two, separating them. Like I'm not saying Thor's better than Mantis; they're incomparable. Below elo Mantises always try to do that. Just buff yourself and then play as a DPS. Like, I'm guessing they're DPS who claim to be a flex, but they're really not. Good Mantises can be very, very good, but I just don't... I haven't seen one who's been blown me away. Jeff. I think people have gotten better. He's probably still the weakest healer, but I think as more people start to play DPS Jeff, even in low ranks people play DPS Jeff, he becomes more annoying. People have gotten better at using his bubbles, but if he's on your team, you will not be getting healed. You can't treat him like you have a support. You got to treat him like you have a DPS, because he will not be healing you. You still have to have two separate other... I've seen one Jeff heal, and Jeff just doesn't do enough healing for it to be really worth it. So you need to be a DPS. So he's probably the weakest healer still. And that honestly makes me want to bump Mantis up one. Because I can't put Jeff next to Mantis. I think Mantis is still way better. Yeah, that makes more sense to me. Rocket's a freaking issue right now. All those TikToks saying that Rocket is able to just absolutely fry and heal, or not fry, but heal ungodly amounts. They have made it to low elo, and I have actually not gone a single game without seeing a Rocket. And I don't hate it. He is able to do so much healing. His ult actually has value now. Like, he's just so good. He's just able to do so much so well. Invisible Woman. I'm honestly going to put Invisible Woman right next to him. I think Invisible Woman is a very, very easy healer to understand. I think it's not quite an Adam Warlock where you need to have good aim. Yeah, I'll keep her there. I think we're going to have a lot of... I'm going to move her down one. I don't think she... I know who else I'm going to put in S tier. I don't think she's quite able to hold up with them. Very solid ult. Very solid healing. Just overall, very solid kit. She very easily could be S, but I don't think she quite lives up to the other people who I'm going to put in S. Cloak and Dagger. I'm going to throw her next to them. Again, very similar. Very solid kit. Able to do a lot of healing. Not able to do as much healing, so I'm going to keep her below. But obviously that has the trade-off of her being able to do more damage in cloak form. For a low elo healer, she's probably the easiest to understand. I think because she has the auto aim. I think she's probably the best low elo healer for people who can't aim. For people who can't aim, you want to be picking someone who requires aim. I'm not saying Rocket requires aim. I'm saying he requires more aim than this. Loki. Loki in high elo is great. Loki in low elo feeds. Hard feeds. The thing with Loki is you need to understand that you need his clones out at all time. And I've seen so many low elo Lokis straight up forget that he has abilities. I am guilty of this. I have straight up forgotten that dude can go invisible. I've not forgotten about his clones, which I've seen on multiple occasions, which pisses me off. But I've straight up seen that this dude forget he can go invisible. I have seen this dude forget that he has lamps or runes or whatever they're called. People just use him for his left click and nothing else. That's all they got. Maybe it's just because the skill ceiling for Loki is much higher than the rest of the healers. He's just not able to do as much. They always copy a Black Panther ult for some reason. Or a Spider-Man. Like, they just aren't able to do as much as I would like to see them do. Adam Warlock. I'm going to throw him right there. I think a good Adam Warlock is great. If you can't aim with Adam Warlock, you're just screwed. The main reason for Adam Warlock is to have a support who just happens to do damage. That is the main reason for an Adam Warlock. And in low elos, no one can aim. No one can aim in low elos. It's non-existent. Aim doesn't exist. People will heal when they don't need to. For Adam, they'll use Soul Bond when they don't need to. I think Adam in low elos can be very good. I'm not going to say... I've had some Adams be great. But the majority of Adams have just kind of been nuisances. They'll always do the revive at the worst spot. Without fail. Again, they can be good. In low elo, they are not. They are not. Last one, Luna. Luna's S. Easily. I know she requires more aim than other people. She's able to output such a dumb amount of healing. She's just able to output so much healing. Her ult's so strong. I'm not going to put her above Rocket. I think Rocket's more accessible. She's just able to do so much. But again, requires some amount of aim. But most people I've seen play Luna have some amount of aim. Okay, now we're into the part where I think people are going to get really pissy. DPS. Squirrel Girl. People are going to get mad at me from the get-go. Squirrel Girl is great in low elo. She's not S. She's really good. Because no one shoots her ult. No one does. They pretend it's like the virus and just avoid it. And then the backline just gets screwed up for it because it bounces off 13 walls. Dives don't focus her. She's able to get off scot-free with so much. In high elo, she sucks. Because people know, hey, dive her, and she just kind of implodes. But in low elo, people just don't fight her. And she's able to get so much value because she just throws those nuts around. She throws the nuts around. Yeah, I mean, she's just so valuable right now. She still sucks. Still sucks. Black Widow still sucks. She requires so much aim. She requires so much game sense. And in low elo, it is non-existent. I think I've seen 3 Black Widows. I think I've seen 5 kills in between them, maybe. You just need so much aim to be a Black Widow. And if you have good aim, you aren't in silver. You aren't in bronze. You aren't in gold. You might be in gold. But you just have bad game sense then. Spider-Man. Woohoo! Spider-Man right now is a hero that everyone's trying to get good at. Which sucks because because dive is getting countered a lot this season. There's so much that counters dive this season. And so many people are trying to be good at Spider-Man that honestly, in season 1 and 1.5, he would have been here. I think he's here right now because so many people are playing him. So many people are learning the combos. So many people are learning animation cancels, how to B-hop. He's able to bring some value to the team. But he just gets No, I'm going to knock him down one, actually. A lot of people are learning him, but he just gets canceled out so easily. Like, there's so many... Emma cancels him out. Thing cancels him out. Sleep. Soul Bond. Going underwater. The runes no one uses. Penny Mines. Like, there's so many things that just make him not valuable in low elo because no one knows how to deal with these things. Human Torch. Human Torch is amazing in high elo. He freaking sucks in low elo. I know he's great in high elo right now because with bans you can take Hell off the board. You can take I don't want to say Black Widow can't fights against him. Not really. But one thing in low elo that happens is healers haven't unlocked the ability to do this. They haven't unlocked the ability to look up. So 90% of the time, this dude's chilling at like 50 HP. Because he just has to survive encounter to encounter. Like, even when he pings, the healers don't have the sense to be like, oh, in the sky. Like, he's just not very good. I know he's able to do a lot, and he's able to get a lot of value. But holy crap. They just don't heal him. Clearly, he's been flirting too much with them, and they're like on strike or something. That has to be it. Because in low elo, this dude doesn't get healed no matter what. And that's the same for all flying heroes. That's the same for Iron Man. Iron Man's worse. I'm going to put these next to each other. Iron Man's worse than Human Torch. And then Storm. Storm's better than these two. I don't think she's quite as... yeah, Spider-Man counters them, so... who else flies? I think that's it. Like, no one in low elo has the sense to just be like, oh, in the sky. So they just don't get healed ever. Okay, BP sucks in low elo. He's kind of being killed by his hit regs, not by his hit reg bug. But even in low elo, people just don't use him right. People play him as like a frontline, hey, I'm going to hit a TikTok clip and bash through your entire team. It's not how you're supposed to play BP. And he's just, and again, with the bug, he's just kind of getting killed. If he didn't have the bug, he'd probably be here to here. But with the bug, he's horrible. He's just not able to do nearly as much as he should be able to do. Star-Lord's great. Star-Lord's friggin' fantastic in low elo. It's truly just hold your cursor over their general direction and you're able to do damage. Very, very simple moveset. Great ult that aims for you. Like, he's great in low elo. Honestly, I'm going to move him up. I think he's superb in low elo. Hawkeye. Again, it falls into the category here. I think you're able to get more value from Hawkeye than Black Widow. Just because on the off chance you might hit a headshot accidentally. But again, no one aims. It's just kind of like, haha, I'm throwing arrows in this direction. No one aims. So you're able to get some value out of him. I'm contemplating moving him down. You're able to get some value out of him. I'll keep him here. You're able to get some value out of him, just not a ton. Not a ton at all. There are some people who are great on Hawkeye. The majority of people, not so great. Scarlet Witch. She's great. And low elo, able to aim for you. With her strange team up, she's able to shred. Like, she's just really good right now. She has good escapes. She is an okay ult. I think everyone knows to just kind of not look into the sun with that one. But I think just right now, like, people just aren't good at fighting against her. Because, they don't know how to hit shots. Like, most of these people would beat a Scarlet Witch on a 1v1, but they can't hit shots, so the Scarlet Witch just goes, holding out her energy orb and sucks you dry. Like, there's just nothing to say there. Punisher, he's not good right now. Again, you need aim. People in low elo don't have aim. They love his turret. Spider-Man just gets behind the turret and starts punching you in your booty cheeks. And they don't care. They don't care. They spend so much time looking at their turret health, they don't look at their own health. it's very rare that you get a Punisher who's able to perform at a level he should be able to perform at. Mr. Fantastic, amazing in low elo right now. He is fantastic, truly. Able to sweep your attack and do damage. Like, it's the most brain dead damage, but it's so good in low elo. People are learning how to use him. They're learning how to play as an off tank. And he's able to actually bring value now. So he's great. He's great in low elo. Hela. I'm going to throw him next to Hawkeye. Hela would be S tier, but no one hits shots. It's a lot like Hawkeye. It's just kind of like random BS go in that direction. But no one hits anything. It's like, oh no, you killed the neighbor's grandma in the next town over. But we're all unharmed. Her ult is able to bring value. I think her ult's very good for just clearing people out of an area. So it's really good on both Convoy and Domination. But again, there's Hellas who can hit their shots, but most of the time, there's not. There's just not. Yeah, there's not too much to say. Namor's goated this season. Especially because so many people want to become the next Necros and become a Spider-Man legend. I see Spider-Man so often that Namor's just always there. And he's always just shredding. Especially if there's a Hulk and you're able to get that Gamma team up. He's just great. He's able to do so much. And against Flyers, he's really good. Against everyone in low elo, because no one shoots the dang squids. So they're able to put out their maximum amount of damage. The only thing you really have to learn is how to aim. And you kind of really don't even need to learn how to do that. Because no one shoots the squids. Namor's great in low elo. Wolverine, I'm going to throw him here. I'm going to throw him an A. I think Wolverine's very easy to learn. He's a brawler. Very, very easy to learn. I think I'm going to throw him above Mr. Fantastic because I think he's able to bring more value than a Mr. Fantastic. But he's also much harder to learn. So I think on average, my Wolverines have been very, very good. That could have just been luck. There might be some secret Illuminati saying that Wolverines are not good at all or something. I don't know. But the Wolverines that I've gotten have been able to do their job very well. And their job is just making tanks have a bad day. And they've been good at that. I think there's so many shorts on how to use Wolverine and how to properly use him that people have learned him very, very well. Bucky, he's still good. He's still really good. Yeah. He shoots he shoots actual double-decker buses. He has a grab that has insane leeway. His ult is good. It's not as good as it used to be, but it's still good. Like, he's just able to... He's very beginner-friendly. You're able to feel like you're doing a lot, because you are doing a lot, but the skill ceiling isn't that high. But, again, he's very solid. He's very solid throughout the ranks. Iron Fist freaking sucks. Low elo Iron Fists are the feeding connoisseurs of the world. Not as bad as BP. And I know he's good, but Iron Fist always focuses the wrong person. They will always focus your DPS for some reason. And guess what? You can just heal the DPS, and then he just implodes because he can't do anything. They don't disengage. They always go for the kill and then just end up feeding. Again, there's some good ones, but the majority of them are just not great. Psylocke's probably the best dive for beginners. I'm going to throw Psylocke there. I'm going to throw her there. Psylocke is very, very easy kit to learn. High amount of damage. Super easy combos to learn. Great ult. Like, she's just solid. She just truly is. She's solid right now. Magic! I'm going to throw him next to Spider-Man. Yeah. I think more people are better at Spider-Man because more people try to be a better... More people are practicing Spider-Man than they are practicing Magic. I think Magic... People don't dive correct with Magic. I think people try to group dive far more than they should with Magic because they see your ability to lifesteal, and then they just feed. There are some Magics who are able to do great. The majority of them, not so much. The majority of Magics are not able to do great. The Moon. He's great in low elo. You don't need to aim. I'm going to put him right here. Honestly, I'm going to put him right there. I want to move Squirrel Girl. Is Moon Knight? I'm going to move these around a little bit. I'm going to throw him... I'll throw him here. He's not able to do 110 damage, but he's able to shred. Moon Knight's no aim. If the enemy is somewhat bunched up, you get ult charge in like 10 seconds. His ult actually brings value now. His onks are scary. No one shoots the onks, so you're able to get value out of him the entire time. And he's just solid right now. And low elo, he is just able to shred. There's no two ways around it. Okay, let me move things around a little bit. Mag being the best tank I like. I think he's, again, the easiest tank to learn. Rocket Luna, I think I like that setup. Let me see who else I put. I mean, yeah, I'll keep that there. Star-Lord being the best in low elo. I'm going to move Moon Knight up. I'm going to move Moon Knight and Winter Soldier up. It feels weird because Winter Soldier was in the back, but I think I see an average of Winter Soldier being better than the average Squirrel Girl and Scarlet Witch. I'm going to keep him here. I like Namor being high because everyone's trying to be the best dive player ever right now, and he's just able to bring so much value. Moon Knight's great because no one breaks the onks, and he's able to get so much value out of them. This dude shoots double-decker buses down your throats. Not too much to say. Groot, no one places the Groot walls right, but he's still able to get some value from them. Good ult. People will often ult in the wrong place, but still good ult. People in low elo haven't quite figured out how to use Emma. She's very good, but people just haven't figured her out. Things couldn't go in low elo again because dive's so prevalent. He's able to slow down the dive and kind of just make them feed. Hulk's great because of the Gamma team up, and he's able to help with Namor just absolutely shredding. And he's also good. Invisible Woman and Cloak and Dagger are the same thing. Invisible Woman's able to output a lot of damage, a lot of healing. She has a very versatile kit. Her ult's great. Same with Cloak and Dagger. The only thing is she doesn't do as much healing, which is, when ranking a strategist, kind of the more important thing. Squirrel Girl's great in low elo. She sucks in high elo, but in low elo, she's just no one shoots her dang ult. That's truly the biggest thing. She's an ult that does a lot of damage, but if you shoot it, guess what? No value. Zero value. Nada. But no one shoots it. So it's able to kill 3 people every time. And it sucks. Scarlet Witch, with the new team up, with her buff damage, she's just great. And low elo, because people don't hit shots, she is very safely able to just take ones. Very safely able to just sit there and hold down left click. Psylocke, probably the most easily adaptable flanker in the game. She's also able to frontline really well, but I think she has the best escapes. She had outside of Spider-Man, but people in low elo are feed with Spider-Man right now, so I'm kind of pissed at them. Wolverine, I almost want to move down. I'm going to move Wolverine down. People play him good. They don't play him great. There's a lot of times Wolverine just feeds. Because he just tries to run up. He doesn't try to, be sneaky and grab the tanks from behind. He'll just run up for, a bear hug and then dive into their team. And then Mr. Fantastic is great after the buffs. You don't need to aim. Venom, super solid, but no one hits their shots. He's able to apply pressure. Strange, I know isn't very good in high elo right now, but with the massive shield, he's able to still bring value in low elo. Mantis, not a great healer. She's not able to do as much as I would like. Adam Warlock, no one hits their shots, so he isn't as good as I would like. And people use his healing when they don't need to. People use the Soul Bond when they don't need to. Hella Hawkeye, exact same thing. No one has aim. A lot of these are just people can't aim. People can't aim. So, like, that's what makes Squirrel Girl, Scarlet Witch, Moon Knight so valuable. I explained Wolverine. I'm going to move Wolverine up to here. I think he's better than Hela, just because people are really bad on Hela. But I see people doing better on Hawkeye. Honestly, these three are fairly interchangeable. Low Elo C, Thor Cap or feeding machines. Jeff is, people play DPS Jeff and don't do good on it. Spider-Man is just, dive's getting countered so many ways right now, and Spider-Man is the most common dive. People have learned how to counter Spider-Man. It's called this guy. It's called Namor. And he just gets shredded. Like, there's a lot of Spider-Man playing. People love playing Spider-Man. They see Necros playing them and hitting clips, and they're like, ooh, I want to do that. That's fast-paced. I like it. But then they just aren't able to do it. Kind of same with Magic. She's a very high skill ceiling dive, and she's just not. People in low elo don't know how to use her. There's some who are great. Most people, no. I probably need to move these flyers around. I think, honestly, I'm going to do that. I think Storm's the best one here. Just because she's able to do the most damage consistently. I think she has the best ult that people don't whiff with. Like Spider-Man ult, people whiff all the time. People just leave. This dude ults from 3 miles away and isn't able to get value, and this one's just kind of exists. People in low elo don't know how to play Magic at all. I know a lot of Magic players are probably getting pissed at me, but low elo Magic players just don't know how to play Magic. It's just that simple. Like, this ranking would be completely different if I was in GM, but I'm not. Penny, by far the worst tank. Loki, by far the worst healer. In low elo. Punisher, Iron Fist, feeding machines. And then these two are just horrible right now. This dude because of the bug. This one because no one knows how to aim. Yeah, I'd say that's about fair.